EVE Online. We all love it, but finding the time to sit down by the computer and play it gets increasingly difficult as we move through our lives. Maybe you have multiple jobs, are raising a family, travel around a lot, no longer have a suitable computer to run the game from, or quite simply, you want cheaper electricity bills. CCP had a solution to this problem, that being EVE Anywhere, but that service was discontinued earlier this year. So where does that leave you? You can't get in-game every day to claim those login rewards, or attend in-game events, and are questioning whether it's even worth playing anymore. Well, before you give up the EVE experience for good, hear me out, because EVE Echoes may well be the perfect fit for you. It sure is for me. So what exactly is EVE Echoes? EVE Echoes is the younger sister game to EVE Online, developed by NetEase in China and published in 2020 on Android and iOS devices, and regularly referred to by its nickname Toilet Eve. EVE Echoes delivers a similar experience to that of EVE Online, with emphasis here on similar, as it's not intended to be a simple replica of the game. Yes, we still have mining, PvE, PvP, exploration, manufacturing, and trading, among many other professions that are found in EVE Online. However, due to its age, it isn't as fleshed out as its big brother, but don't let that put you off, and there's plenty of fun to be had with this game. The game's interface is optimised for use on mobile devices, as is the game's mechanics. For example, autopilot takes you from Stargate to Stargate, weapons can be set on auto-fire on the next available target, and faction wargames can be accessed from within the station itself. The point here is the game developers acknowledge in the game's design that when playing the game, you could be distracted from events that are going on outside the game itself, or you may be coming into the game with a rather limited amount of time to enjoy it. The gameplay itself is much faster than that found in EVE Online. Ships move at faster speeds, DPS numbers are significantly higher. This isn't NetEase trying to dazzle you with bigger numbers. This is them encouraging faster-paced gameplay. Faster-paced gameplay. For example, in EVE Online, the Rorqual has access to a form of invulnerability, which can buy time for reinforcements to arrive and save it, whereas in EVE Echoes, no such features exist. For better or for worse, it facilitates faster gameplay. On screen right now is some feedback I've received from the community about why they themselves choose to play EVE Echoes over EVE Online. Me personally, I have previously enjoyed EVE Online during my university years, and ever since I've looked for opportunities to rejoin the game. However, I can't guarantee a dedicated hour of gaming every single day. But with EVE Echoes, I can claim in my login rewards during my walk into work, check out what's going on in-game, and contribute with manufacturing jobs. Then, at the weekend, when I have time to spare, I'll be found in no security space enjoying the game with the community around me. Now, yes, the game is a mobile game, but don't let that stigma put you off. By this point, a number of viewers have already left this video because it is quote-unquote a mobile game. Many within the EVE Echoes player base, however, play this game on their computers using emulators, which allows them to run multiple game clients when near their computer, and just the single client when they're away from their computer and have access to their phones. As for monetization, the monetization in this game is rather tame compared with other mobile games in the industry. We have the Plex system for upgrading your clone status, the Concord Pass which grants you rewards based on in-game activity, and the occasional event for extra monetization, where loot boxes tend to be for the most part limited to. Yes, it has some idle game mechanics, as does other mobile games, but these mechanics are greatly inferior to playing the game yourself and only exist to reduce the grind ever so slightly. Now, going back to the Toilet Eve nickname from earlier, how many CTAs have you attended where you have had to wait for a so-called bio break before you can leave the desk? In EVE Echoes, as long as you maintain an internet connection, you can freely roam around your home, wash the dishes during form-up, attend to the toilet during an epic battle, or even answer the doorbell without having to dock up when you're ratting or mining in nullsec. Now, how about third-party applications? In EVE Online, you're a member of a nullsec entity. The odds are you've been required to install a number of third-party applications as a prerequisite to playing the game. For example, a notification broadcast system, voice communications, API management, set up your forums accounts, and so on and so on and so on. EVE Echoes is just Discord. That's it, just Discord. All of the above is handled on Discord, whether that be your notifications, your text-based communications, voice communications, and even the kill board. Yes, there are other optional applications, such as the Sweet Fitting tool, which allows you to simulate the fittings in the game when you're out of the game. But this is by no means a requirement to enjoy the game in a nullsec environment. Basically, this gives you freedom again to put on your device what you want, as Discord doesn't have to be exclusively used as an application. You could choose to use its web client instead of installing it on your device, if that is something you're concerned about. So, what's your verdict? Does this sound like the game for you? If this sounds like it could be the game for you, then hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for future content to help with the transition between the games, and to stay updated with in-game news and events. And if it's not the game for you, there's no harm in hitting subscribe, keep an eye on things. One day it might be the game for you, but you'll only know if you keep an eye on it. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in this version of New Eden.